The 2010 earthquake in Haiti is one of the most devastating disasters internationally in recent memory. An estimated 300,000 people lost their lives and over 1 million were made homeless. It was also an excellent example of the impact humanitarian aid can have on a country in the aftermath of a catastrophe. International governments pledged over $12 billion for the shattered nation. One focus of the philanthropic dollars sent to Haiti after the quake was towards literacy programs in and around Port-au-Prince. Haiti has some of the lowest literacy rates in the world. In rural areas where access to education is more difficult, the number of adults who are unable to read and write is particularly high. America's Now contributing correspondent Ross Velton visited a small town in Haiti's remote southwestern tip with a literacy program much like the others that have sprouted up, and tells us of their life-changing consequences in this report.
It doesn't matter how old you are, doing something in front of the whole class is nerve-wracking. For these women, it's also been life-changing. They're writing their names that for years they could only say. Adi Frenise is one of them.
This has changed my life. I couldn't write my name, but I came here and it was a success. Now I can sing, I can dance, I can talk.
This is where Adi Frenise came, one of several schools where adults are taught how to read and write. They're in a town in the Haitian countryside called Duchety. There's a busy adult literacy program here, and Le Grand Charles helps to run it.
Over 50% of adults of a certain age don't know how to write, but women are especially affected by illiteracy. We can understand from the customs of Haiti that parents are much more concerned about sending their son to school and keeping their daughter at home to do the household chores.
That's why most of the students here are women. After around 9 months, complete beginners are usually able to write their own names, and with a bit of help, some simple phrases. But most of Duchety's grown-ups left school a long time ago, or didn't go at all. In the hills of Haiti, better futures usually depend on other things. Making the most of the coffee that grows here is the big hope of many. The beans are good and they can be turned into a product which sells for a decent price back in the capital, Port-au-Prince. Yams are another cash crop. They earn less cash than coffee, but are vital to the local economy. Being able to read and write might not seem important in the Haitian countryside. People's relationship with the land is what matters. But there's something very human about wanting to write your own name. Adi Frenise is a good example. She was 60 years old when she decided to learn how to write. She says she wasn't very good and people made fun of her. But she didn't give up, and this is what happened.
I developed my spirit, and now I no longer fear the shame of not being able to write.
For Adi Frenise, being able to read and write has been about finding dignity. For Solène Etienne, it's been about not being taken for a fool.
If you sell something on credit and make a note of it afterwards, you won't lose anything. Showing these notes to the people who owe you money is a way of protecting your business.
Solène Etienne sells things at the market. All over Haiti, there are many women like her. These entrepreneurs often need loans to set up their small businesses.
When they come to sign contracts for these loans, this woman can't sign them. For them, it's shameful not to be able to sign, just to make an X on the contract.
For the mature students of Duchety, an X is now just a letter rather than a whole identity. And being able to read and write has given them a new identity, a new way of living their lives, and a new voice.
Our thanks to Ross Velton for that report from Haiti.